What's up, YouTube? This is the Eben Oracle. How you guys doing today? It's Friday morning. The weekend's getting ready to come on in. Hope everything's been good with you guys. I decided to make a video today about, it's a reading for anybody out there who's involved or thinks they're involved in a narcissist empath relationship. And this weird dynamic between narcissist and empath, this dance that goes on in these relationships and this strange attraction between almost polar opposites, I thought was something that I wanted to explore. Just putting it out there, personally, me as an empath, I have been through more than one of these twisted situations. And I just thought that I'm sure other people out there, other viewers out there of mine, that you guys have probably also experienced this and maybe didn't even know it, or maybe you did know it but didn't quite understand what the whole deal is with this weird attraction of polar opposites. But I'm going to do a reading on it today, and I'm going to do the type of reading where I break down one side for one person and one side for the other, and I'm going to go from there and see how this turns out. Anyways, I'm going to start pulling cards on it, and we'll see what happens. I guess to make things... You know what? I'm not going to choose a side for who's the narcissist and who's the empath. I'm going to let that be up to you, the viewer. You choose what side, the left side or the right side, what cards resonate with you in the situation. And I'm sure this won't resonate with everyone out there, but I'm sure it will resonate with some. And, you know, take what fits your situation and leave the rest behind. But anyways, let me start drawing cards and stop yakking here. All right, Queen of Wands. The Fool card. Wheel of Fortune. Hangman. Might have to move stuff around here to make the cards fit for this layout. All right, the Chariot. Yeah, let me move this deck out the way. King of Cups. So right off the bat, what I'm seeing here with this Queen of Wands and this King of Cups is I'm almost getting the sense that this side might have to do with somebody who's a fire sign, and this side is having to do with somebody who's a water sign. It's also interesting that both sides, besides their King and Queen card, have two major arcanas just right off the bat. So it seems like it's coming out very evenly distributed as far as energies go. And you know, so this side is probably having to do with Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is probably Pisces, Cancers, or Scorpios, or people that have those signs highly aspected in their chart, even if it's not their sun sign. Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups. The Death card. All right, so that's the Death card is highly associated with Scorpios, which is another water sign. So I'm definitely getting water sign vibes off of this side here. Five of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Ace of Cups. All right, let's get started with the reading and then we'll draw some more cards on this. But just straight off the bat, you know, the Queen of Wands, that's that fiery, passionate energy. It's that somebody who has a lot of drive. There's a lot of sexuality involved there, a lot of sexual passion, sexual energy, kind of that real go-getter type energy. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune next. You know, that's that card of karmic cycles, the karmic wheel spinning, followed by the Chariot, forward movement. And then underneath that, aspecting all these other cards here, we got 10 of Wands, so burdens, 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold or abandonment, and the 9 of Wands, that's that wounded warrior. So I'm almost just I'm gonna call this. I'm going to call this right now. I feel that the cards on this side over here are the cards heavily related to Narcissist. Narcissist seems like, you know, they're very passionate, fiery. They try to present themselves as upright and respectable, but they're constantly moving forward with the Chariot card, running away from their problems, and constantly on this continuous cycle on the karmic wheel. And it, you know, it takes an upturn and turns back over again, back down to the bottom of the karmic cycle. It's just this continuous rotation of relationships, running away from issues and problems, causing burdens in all these situations, along with causing burdens on themselves. And I think it all has to do with this 5 of Pentacles energy, these fear of abandonment. Past abandonments, possibly in their childhood, always feeling left out in the cold, and feeling emotionally wounded, like their ego's been wounded and has caused this burden their whole life that makes them have to present themselves in this almost grandiose type of way to shield themselves from others seeing who they truly are. They like to present themselves as confident, passionate, they got it together, they're the best one in the room. They always have to be trying to one-up people. And the thing is once an empath realizes who they are, they need to run away really quickly because they need to get this, that causes them to go down to the bottom of the karmic cycle. It burdens them. It reminds them of who they are as far as being wounded and insecure. And actually, they present themselves with this passionate energy, Queen of Wands, but really their promiscuous nature and this almost being overly sexual comes from really a feeling of lack, a feeling of not wanting to be abandoned, a feeling of wanting to be idolized, like they're this confident queen, when in all reality, they're wounded individuals that carry the burden of abandonment issues everywhere they go. Conversely, I'll say this, that I think this also a little bit relates to the empath side. Empaths also, I feel, carry a burden and fears of abandonment and wounding from being different and picking up on others' energies. And especially if you're dealing with an empath who has been, you know, traumatized in childhood, similar to a narcissist, but instead of trying to present themselves in a grandiose way, actually carry this burden on their shoulders in a little bit more dignified way. Not that the empaths don't act out or react, especially super empath when they go supernova and let the narcissist have it when, you know, they've taken all they can take and they can't take anymore. But on the empath side, they have a different energy. They also like to jump into things with both feet and with this full energy. But they jump into things in the full energy with the sun in the background, with hopes for the best, hopes for happiness, hopes that everything will work out. And they come in with that dog energy there, that loving nature, the loyalty, the understanding. You know, you can hit a dog a lot of times and it'll still come up to you to get pet. You know, empaths tend to embody that type of full energy. And I think a lot of times they get stuck with that hangman energy in these narcissistic relationships because of emotion, because they are primarily run by the water type energy. They have this overwhelming feeling of wanting to help and care for others, and they just want to be loved in return. And because of that, they get stuck in these bad situations, these bad relationships. And the other thing is that the empath, a lot of times, I think, is even drawn to these narcissistic individuals because of, you know, of all the choices that they could pick. You know, they always seem to pick out the narcissist. A lot of times empaths, I'll hear them say that narcissists are just drawn to them. And I don't doubt the validity in that. I think there's something about the empath's energy, this over-loving, loyal nature, this nurturing kindness that strokes this narcissist's ego and kind of fulfills or heals these underlying childhood wounds and issues that actually created the narcissist in the first place. Because narcissists are created through wounding and trauma. They aren't born that way. And I think that the empath usually senses that on somebody, and that's why when they choose somebody with those traits, because be a healer. They want to be kind. They want to fix people. They want to help. It's just in their nature. The only problem is that in these relationships, just like the Wheel of Fortune card with this, you know, revolving cycle here, we got this scorpionic energy, this emotional energy of the death card. And death is the card of a cycle ending and then rebirth, a cycle beginning. This is that card of transformation. So a lot of times I think that's what it is. The empath thinks they're going to transform the narcissist and come in with best intentions to help heal this underlying trauma. But in the end, they just get stuck there because of their empathic nature and this overflowing wellspring of emotion and water, this love that they have for the people around them, this deep wanting to help that I think comes from a lot of this same underlying emotional trauma from going through a lot of problems in their childhood, feeling left out, abandonment issues, carrying the burdens of trauma and wounding. And they just went on a different path than the narcissist. Their path is the path of wanting to help others that have gone through the similar things in their life. Help others who have that similar underlying childhood traumas and issues. So I think that it's almost like this dichotomy between narcissists and empaths stem from the same place. This trauma, this childhood wounding, abandonment issues, but it's just taken by different personality types in two different directions. One goes with the dark triad traits of manipulation, trying to present themselves in a grandiose way and constantly need their attention and ego stroked in order to get validated to overcome these wounds. Whereas the empath, he basically takes the opposite type of energy here. It's somebody who takes the energy of, yes, I have these underlying trauma and wounds, but if I see somebody else with those underlying trauma and wounds, I get my fulfillment by trying to solve, help, or fix those underlying wounds in that person. So this is, I think really these cards are explaining very well what this whole dynamic is between the narcissist and empath. But I think we're going to have to pull some more cards on it to get a little deeper look into this, because this is an interesting subject, and personally I know from experience how it goes. Been through multiple cycles of this dynamics myself. And to anyone out there who's viewing this, who also has had these dynamics play out in their life, they also would understand and relate to this very well. All right, so we got the Lover's card. So, you know, the narcissist presents that they come in with this overwhelming love, you know, this need to love bomb, this need to latch on to the empath by showing up front all these amazing good traits that they want the world to see them in, and then eventually their dark side, you know, comes out in the situation. Then we have the empath over here. We got the 10 of Wands in reverse. So I think the empath, the empath comes in trying to basically take away these burdens from the narcissist. All right, wait 1 second. I'm going to close my door. They just started up the damn lawnmower. Alright, sorry about that. But anyways, back to the video here. So, you know, the empath, they come in trying to basically remove the burdens and wounding from this person, and that's their initial energy that they come into the situation with. Alright, then we also got the death card over on the narcissist side, which is on this deck is the transformation card, which is that death and rebirth. Usually I feel that the narcissist actually does this transformation in reverse. They come into the situation wanting to show themselves as this beautiful butterfly, right? Some butterfly that is so beautiful you can't live without. But then they're quickly show their true selves as being the caterpillar who has never been able to actually overcome or transform past their childhood wounding. All right, the Empress card. Really, I think what it is with the Empress card is a lot of empaths are either divine masculines or divine feminines. They're actually very emotionally abundant, and they actually have been through transformation for the most part. Most of them have had to go through the dark night of the soul and shadow work and have been brave enough to do that. So they actually come into the situation being a divine being who has transformed, and they feel like they can help this being who has not been able to transform themselves through their process of transformation, which usually is not the case. Usually what happens is the 10 of Swords. You come in with this intention to remove burdens, heal somebody, be a divine being, do your light work in order to help somebody else transform and transcend this wounding, this trauma. And what happens is, how you get paid back is 10 of Swords. You get backstabbing, betrayal, lies, and a painful ending when the narcissist decides to discard you once you see them for who they truly are. Because they cannot take you noticing who they truly are. And then what happens is, this is a perfect card, you begin to be devalued by the narcissist. The narcissist tries to, instead of accept the healing and love that you're coming in with, they want to backstab, betrayal you, put you down, start to devalue you so that they can give you this painful ending and discard you once you are able to show with your divine mirror. You know, empaths a lot of times are considered divine mirrors. You show them you project back onto them all this negative character traits that they're so insecure about. They so don't want the world to see, and they take any measure at any cost. They need to keep this hidden because really they cannot face it themselves. And the second you show them who they truly are, you are downplayed, you are devalued, you are discarded, you are backstabbed and betrayed, and tried to be brought down because how dare you show this wounded individual that that wounds can be overcome through work with the divine. How dare you show them who they truly are, that they've been trying to hide from this whole time because they are not strong enough to transform. They're not strong enough to get past this inner childhood wounds. And you know, let's draw a couple more cards here, but I think these cards are showing very well how this dynamic plays out. And then we got the Two of Swords. So then, you know, the narcissist is always at the crossroads. Even though they might devalue you and discard you, they still feel stuck because you've already shown them who they truly are. And a lot of times I think they want you to feel stuck so that they can come back around and hoover you whenever their new supply runs out, and they can run back to you, because the supply of love, attention, and affection that an empath can shower a narcissist with is honestly their best supply that they've ever had in their life. But a lot of times you're on this Nine of Pentacles energy. You're this individual who's all good by yourself, and you've transformed into this beautiful butterfly for real. And a lot of times they're not able to keep you stuck, and that actually can destroy a narcissist's ego even further, and cause them to go into hermit mode, where they kind of disconnect from the world. And when they disconnect from the world, then some of them will do a little bit of introspection, but not for very long before they go back on the prowl in their Queen of Wands energy, looking for their next source of supply. While you have over here Ace of Cups twice, while you have a new beginning in self-fulfillment, love, and looking for a new partner to shower this wellspring of love that you are as an empath. So I think today the divine is just really on point with these cards as far as showing what's what. And then you got the High Priestess on the narcissistic side. So that's secrets, keeping secrets. That's definitely a huge part of narcissism, is that even once you have shown this divine light onto them, you've reflected back as a divine mirror and caused them to be stuck in hermit mode, trying to look at themselves for who they truly are. But even though now they even might see a little bit who they are, they reject that and go back to their grandiose thinking. They go back to keeping secrets, and they keep that secret of who they truly are, and rather than doing the inner work to go through the process of transformation, they just have to move forward to somebody else, spin that karmic wheel around again, and then this whole process and cycle continues. And for the empath, the cycle might continue a couple times, because empaths are very forgiving. They always want to see the best in everybody. They're in that full energy. They just rush into things with the hope for the best, you know, this love and loyalty, this dog type energy. And what happens again when they do that? Five of Wands, conflict, fighting, nonsense, drama breaks out in their life, and they eventually, empaths learn. Eventually empaths learn, because they have done the self-healing and know their self-worth and their value, and they realize that they hold a special place amongst divine beings as far as helping others, healers, counselors, all these great and wonderful traits that they have. And they will, a lot of times, repeat this mistake. So don't get me wrong, they will go through this death and rebirth cycle of trying to help others, probably numerous times, because empaths just don't give up on other people. They just don't. And they're willing to take a lot of drama, conflict, and fighting because of this overwhelming love that they would like to show others. But eventually, because they are in this Nine of Pentacles energy, and they did do that healing and self-reflection and actually transformed, eventually the empath, super empath, or Hyoka empath, they all move on, and they go and find where not only where they can be appreciated, where they can appreciate others and heal others, but where they can receive that healing as well, because they take on the emotions and traits of the person that they're with, especially in a romantic sense. So if the one drawback about being an empath who goes through this repeated cycles of relationships with narcissists, whether they're covert, narcissist or malignant narcissist or whatever type of narcissist they are. The one thing empaths have to watch out for is turning into a dark empath, where they actually have absorbed these negative traits of manipulation from a narcissist and actually use their gifts and abilities as an empath to be able to feel others' feelings and emotions, and take that and use it to manipulate others in order to not get hurt again, in order to get what they want after absorbing this narcissistic energy. I think that's just a warning from Spirit as far as what to watch out for as an empath who deals in relationships with narcissists. And let's draw a couple oracle cards, and then we're gonna call this reading a wrap. But I think that Spirit today definitely came through, and these cards explained and showed how a narcissist empath relationship works very well. What do we have here? Good fortune. To me, that card is it's just the Wheel of Fortune in an oracle card. It carries the same energy. To me, the narcissist is always spinning that wheel, trying to find the next best thing, the next best supply, the next person who won't see through their nonsense, who will put up with their manipulation tactics, who will give them all the praise that they desire without ever questioning or showing them who they truly are. And eventually, the empath goes on to success, which is successfully completing this karma out as an empath and be able to go on their divine mission to go and help other people, to help raise the vibration of others around them. And so it is. Anyways, I hope that this reading is helpful to people out there who have been in a narcissistic empath relationship, and this helps have a little bit more deeper understanding from where all this dichotomy of this attraction of polar opposites comes from. Anyways, guys, if you like my videos, smash the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, comment. I really appreciate it. This is the Eben Oracle. Peace out.